rewarding for me to be able to play and have people enjoy it.
I personally really enjoyed your stuff last week. I kind of relate to what you're saying as well. I'm not good at music in my personal opinion, but that's not why I do it. It's just a coping mechanism. Um, I like to express myself as a way to cope when I'm stressed out. And usually when I'm stressed or not happy, I kind of use it as a way to channel my energy into something else. And I like to view music not as a friend, but as a time machine of who I once was at a certain point in time. I don't know if you agree with that or not, Sonny, but I guess that's what I see it as.
I could agree with that because sometimes, and this might sound a little woo woo to some people, but I, a lot of times I feel like the music doesn't come from me, but it goes through me, and I don't know where it's coming from. It feels like the music of the entire world, like, is going through me and comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. That's cool. I mean, I actually play the piano. I have since I was really young. But what else? Because I know you play guitar, right? Well, obviously, because we heard you, last week, which was really nice. Do you play any other instruments, Sunny?
I could play, well, yeah, actually, I'm not trying to brag, but I can play just about any instrument you put in front of me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. So
Can you play oboe?
I played drums. I've never played an oboe. Like, honestly, the wind instruments, I'm not, like, I can play, I'm sure I could play them. Some of them would probably take a lot more practice, like things like that have reeds and things like that. That whole is another whole arena of playing. But basically, any stringed instrument, I love playing stringed instruments. So yeah, I think I could play just about any string instrument. I play harmonica, bass guitar, 12-string.
What about the violin? Have you tried
I've played some violin, just barely a little bit. Banjo. Yeah. I think once you get the idea of the string instrument down, I could pretty much play anything with one string. Give me an instrument with one string, I can still play it.
That's awesome. And I guess you would play probably like all by ear then, hey? Mostly?
I learned by ear, but I also did a lot of studying when I was younger. I would make diagrams of the fretboard and put all the notes on there and then mimic those patterns on my instrument and connect all the different patterns in different locations. So I was very interested in the technical aspects. And then I taught myself to read music as well, which I'm not that great. I can still read music, but that's kind of one of the weak areas. Like, as far as reading, like, some people do sight reading with piano. I think that's really awesome. People that can just read the music and play as they're reading. It takes me a little more time. I'm much better just improvising at the moment by ear.
See, that's really interesting because I learned how to play piano reading music, and I'm always like, oh, I want to learn to play by ear because I just play by reading music. But I think that if you can play by ear, it's quite the skill. So I'm trying to get myself.
So think of it like this: once you tap in, and I don't have to stay on this too long. People get bored, but once you tap in your like inside of yourself, you have to be able to like hum the tone or be able to mimic that basic tone, like the basic key. Once you lock into what that basic key is and you feel it inside of yourself, and you can mimic it, like you can go you can make that sound, you can mimic it. Then for me, then I start seeing all the different, I start hearing it actually. I start hearing all the different structures that go along with that particular tone. And then decisions of, is this a minor sounding? Do I want this to be minor, or do I want it to be major, or some other context, right? So I think with music, people need to learn, like when you're learning to tune a guitar, you have to be able to go like, you have to be able to determine, is this note higher or low? Like that, right? So you figure out,
Right.
you got to do that inside your body pretty much, so you can go, oh, okay, here's this tone. Then I'm going to make an my guitar. Da. This probably sounds weird.
No. I get what you're saying, though. That makes, that's.
There's Sunny making sounds again. Anyway, I'll stop and let some others talk.
No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yes, I'm going to try and learn to play by ear. That is my goal. Okay, so we have Aqua here, who is just VC verified. Are you able to unmute your mic, Aqua?
Sorry if I missed anything.
Pardon me? Who was it? I missed it.
Listening the whole time, but in case anyone called on me, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your mic is kind of garbly. It's hard to hear you.
Well, then I'll shut up.
Okay, who else? So we have Curly as well is here, VC verified. If you want to unmute. I think actually...
You Curly?
Oh, Curly is VC verified, yeah. I think I've seen that person in here before. And we also have End of Mankind, who is VC verified. Are you there? Are you able to unmute your mic?
If no one unmutes, we could just ask the hobby question to people.
Yeah, I will.
Or you can play piano. Please tell me you have piano access.
I don't. Not right now. It's in my other room.
Wow.
We've got a Jack S, but they're not verified. So if you wanna head up there to the VC check-in room, I'm sure somebody will get you checked in, so you can partake in the live stream in the event. Pretty good. We've got Parker as well. Parker, you want to talk to us?
And there's Michael Nicholas is VC verified. Oh yeah, Parker is unmuted. Are you there, Parker?
I'm here. Michael Nicholas is here. Nice to meet you guys. I'm enjoying the show.
Yes, welcome to the server. How long have you been here for?
This is my second day. I chatted. I had a chat twice, for like an hour.
Okay, so what? I haven't spoken to you. So, what shape do you think the Earth is?
I think we're not allowed to know, so I don't know. But I don't believe it's a spinning flying ball. So I'm skeptical. I don't know. I don't believe that it's so. No, but I'd like to know. I wish I knew how God created Earth or what it looked exactly what the dimensions are. But I don't know. But water's level, gravity, bullshit, density. So the atmosphere is built. We're contained. We haven't been able to move so far that Antarctica before we get too cold. It gets too hot if we dig too deep. And then it seems we can't get past a certain point in the sky either. So left hanging, not really knowing, really just wondering, hoping something eventually we do find out. So that's my description of how I feel about what I believe.
Okay. So do you have any specific questions for us? Or that's something that you're curious about the shape?
No,
because it sounds like you're kind of on the fence. So if
it's because I was into it hardcore like 4 years ago. I used to be on YouTube 24/7, flat Earth constantly for about a year straight. So I used to watch all the videos, and I stopped for a couple of years. So I'm kind of fine with where I am, really. It's good for me to listen to see when new stuff crops up, new evidence, new ideas, and it's nice to see. It's quite surprising to see how many young people that's questioning it there in America. So it seems like it's still moving forward. Like, and I can only wonder what the top government thinks about its children learning that they're lying to them about something so important.
Funny you mentioned that because actually, I don't know how many times you've listened to this program before, but on one of the very first Precious Metals, I actually explained like how I found this server, and I've known about this stuff since late 2016. I watched ODD's channel, but I'm always ashamed to admit this, but you know how I found ODD's channel?
How?
Okay.
Well, a guy, I can't believe I'm even admitting this. So, I was playing a game. I'll say what game in a second. And I was 15 at the time. And I was in this game called Group Recruiting Plaza, where basically you get to join groups. And I was like advertising like this virtual like arcade, like Dave and Buster's type of thing. And eventually this guy starts talking about like depopulation or whatever. And then I'm like, yeah, I know about water fluoridation. That stuff's crazy. You know, Ohio's the state with the most water fluoridation. It's almost at 70%. And I like, it's almost like pure fluoride. It's ridiculous. And then he was like, oh, you know some stuff, kid. And then he asks for my Discord. And then he just starts sending me a bunch of ODD TV videos. And he was like, you better watch it. Well, he said something else, but it's gonna get the stream demonetized. So, he made me watch it, and I'm like, in 15 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm convinced. Now, at first, I laughed at him. I laughed in his face. I called him stupid. Then he was like, you better watch it, and he kept sending me the same ODD TV video over and over and over and over, and he was like, just watch it, just watch it, just watch it. Eventually,
Well, it took 15 minutes. And then it took 15 minutes.
Well, he sent the full documentary, like the full 2-hour documentary. After 15 minutes, I was convinced, and then I watched the whole thing, and then I watched every single one of his documentaries. So, like,
Eric Jabalius was the first person to put it together in like 200 proofs.
Well, yeah. So basically,
that Matt guy.
well, Eric Dubé's voice kind of bothers me, though. I'm sorry, but I can't stand his voice. ODD TV at least tries to make it entertaining a bit. Like he
got his info off.
Oh yeah, the game was Roblox, by the way.
He does his research. He is good, but he well, I have the most views ever. He had hundreds of thousands of views.
One remark, Jack S. Wanted to verify him. He didn't want to talk, so he just wants to listen. He doesn't even get a listening pass this way, so he's just here to listen, which is fine.
Okay. Thanks for pointing that out, Roger. Because I know people are asking about him in chat.
So what first few points of the video of the ODD TV video that you was watching made you think, yes, it's possible that I've been lied to? What was the main things that you come across first?
Well,
was it
one of the first things I heard was Rob Simon, actually. Like, that was pretty shocking when I heard that for the first time in 2016. Rob Simon was absolutely shocking. Then I got shown the photo with the levels being increased and then the red box around the moon. Like, those two things, I'm like, yeah, it's not what they say it is. Holy shit. Oh, excuse my language.
How dare you? Oh, they weren't expecting this. The NASA stuff is a complete shambles. Like the pictures and things, the things they've done for the money they've taken is absolute shambles. It's so moronic that it almost works in their favor just because they just call you a moron. But like it's so obscene. The failings in their lie, the holes in their tapestry that's fallen apart, and they just carry on. It's just proves how dormant humans are, how subservient we are
Well,
to being told something. It's
in
pathetic.
in my childhood brain, every time I looked at a photo of Earth, like I never thought about the small details of it. I just saw it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's where I live, right? But then once he started saying it's CGI and inconsistencies, and then showed the image of them like all looking very different, having different saturations, having different ratios of how big something is, and then that clicked with me, and I just thought it. I'm like, every single time I've looked at a photo of Earth in a textbook, it's different, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like how are people not able to see this, right? Like I actually have the image I'm talking about, and I was just like, how are people unable to see this? All of these are inconsistent, all of these are different. How can people say these are all the same, right? And that was enough for me. Sorry for getting
They
really
say it doesn't
passionate about
matter.
this.
They just say you're talking nonsense. Don't be silly. They worked all their lives believing this thing for going with this rat race. They got their house, they got their car, they got their precious things. You think you're gonna go up and tell them that they're being lied to about what they live on? And it is as simple as you open a book and it's different every time, and you go online and you can't see actual space. You can't jump in the vision of a satellite and see and feel the movement of an object through space whatsoever. Never mind the Earth. Other than the wandering stars from the ground level. That's all we got. They've lied to us. It's like microphone drop out, and do you know what I mean? What are we gonna do next? That's what I feel.
And you sound flat to me.
Yeah, I agree.
On the path.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many of these photos, by the way. Like, these photos of inconsistencies are what did it for me. Like, most people talk about water or whatever. Like, yeah, I know it's pretty obvious, but that's not how you win people over, because they're just gonna, like, you have to break the deception. Talking about water isn't going to really convince people, because they're just gonna be like, oh, well, it sticks to a ball. Even if you show them and they can't stick to a ball, they're gonna make up excuses like, oh, it's so big, right? Like, unfortunately, even though water makes sense now, I don't think that's the way to win people over.
Yeah, you have to go further than just the water. You have to show how and why, like exactly how it's not curving.
Which
It has to go further. Yeah.
And the
yeah,
deception.
funny, and I kind of think that it depends on the person, because for a lot of them, it's like water. The water issue clicks right away. That's the thing that gets them immediately into it. So I think it comes down to like knowing your audience, or because each person, there are some that actually works on. It just depends on the person.
Yeah, because this is the thing where there's like 1,000 different paths that these people can get stuck on, and they do, and we see it here all the time. So you have to listen to them to find out what their sticking point is. Like, if you go through the 3 points quickly, then you'll find out. Like, you just have to let them talk. They'll tell you where they're stuck, what's keeping them on the globe. And most of the time, it's usually this magic word, gravity. Right?
Yes.
That's the get out of jail free card for the Globers. They don't, once they get stuck, they just go to gravity. They get painted in a corner, they go to gravity.
Well, before that, they say, why would they lie?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, so they might be stuck on why would they lie, and different parts about why they would lie. Like, they're stuck on the lie part. The motive part is what's a lot of people get stuck on.
Have you seen Witsit's latest live stream? The one he did in Cleveland?
I haven't caught the Cleveland one yet. I'm trying to keep up.
It was really good,
saw it
because
too.
it was really good, Dave. Because immediately like Whitson knows that people are gonna ask why would they lie, so he just immediately goes into that, like, why would they lie, and then he goes into the girlfriend cheating example. That's like a really good, like, people like Whitson and ODD have a lot of charisma, and I feel like they're very good at, like, I think they're the best at convincing people, in my opinion, but at least people like me, I guess, because I know some people want the mathematics, some people want an explanation to the why would they lie aspect. Other people want religious things to back it up.
Or technical information. Yeah, it just depends.
He's important too.
What Truth Prevails said about it depends on the person is very true, by the way.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's like knowing a little bit, like, of your audience and what their hang-ups are, and you can kind of navigate through that, which is why Sunny, the 3 points is good, right? For that. Get somewhat of a basis.
For the 3 points, and this is just my opinion, most people disagree with me from my experience. Maybe you guys agree, I don't know, but I think we do it in the wrong order. I think we should start with pictures from space first. I don't think starting with the Black Swan is usually the best idea for people around my age, because most people my age really don't care about the mathematics. They're caught on the why would they lie aspect, because I talk to people around my age all the time.
Yeah, I could believe that. You kind of have to get them to what we're actually looking at here. You know, like, here's what we're seeing. It's hard to separate, because try to get it to where people are actually paying attention to what they're actually seeing instead of what they're thinking about it. So to separate those two, yeah, that's a sticky wicket.
Well, the thing about the Black Swan and the numbers is that first, I mean, as long as they understand what they're claiming, that they have to first understand what the heliocentric model claims are and what the numbers are. But then once they understand that, then it becomes effective.
Yeah, it helps if they know what a radius is.
Because oftentimes I've noticed that when you go directly into the Black Swan with people, it's like you can go into it and then they have like a ton of questions, and then after through the process after the Black Swan, right, you end up explaining, you realize that that they don't understand the heliocentric model claims, then you end up explaining it to them, and then that's like, and then they go back to the Black Swan, because I mean, I've noticed that a lot myself anyway. I mean, that seems to be how it happens if you go initially into it. That a lot of time is spent after that explaining what the claims are, and then after that, the Black Swan makes sense to them.
It makes sense to give someone the full picture, but sometimes people just want bite-sized information and they don't want an entire bombshell dropped on them. Otherwise, they get angry and defensive.
DI, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
When I told Austin the other day, I said, I just give him the girlfriend example. And Austin told me, if they don't understand that, I give up on them immediately.
That's a good idea.
That's cool, because
they can't understand it, yeah.
In the Cleveland live stream, that's the first thing he started with. And they told him to leave. Like, they're trying to get him off, and he was like, nah, dude, this is public property.
So cool to meet him and do activism with him the other day. It was great.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's amazing because, like what Roger said in the voice text just a little bit ago, it's true. Most of it is they're stuck in the space fantasies. Like, they literally think they've been told something that has engaged their imagination since childhood, right?
Yep.
To go out into space. It's this lifelong fantasy of space. They told you could go to a place that cannot exist in reality. So wrangling with that, I don't know. I'm starting to think that gas pressure is the way to go first. Like, I'll just go straight to gas pressure. I'm going to try it.
Yeah, because I think too
Depends
with
on the
people.
age.
Or there's other ways. Some people are more like, okay, let me walk your hand through this. So like they told us that the Earth was this size, right? Get a consensus about that. Yeah, this is what they told us. Now, is there some way we can go out there, onto Earth itself ourselves and check it to see if that is correct, and then get their imagination working that way? With like, here we are standing here on a surface, right? Do you agree that this is a surface? Yes. Okay. Like, start out. You have to take it really, really simple, because the tendency to jump into space is so. It's like, damn. It's a switch going off, so you got to keep them here.
Old people, when they land on the moon, it's a big deal to them. They have a lot of pride invested in this, like where their tax money has gone.
It's not only old people; it's young people are like.
Yeah, it's young people too.
Yeah, young people are like they're just stupid. It's young people, yeah, young ass. Do you know what bothers me is when I see people wearing the NASA logo hoodie, man. It makes me feel ill. They got it all over Britain as well.
If you listen to Dave Weiss's little 3-hour interview with the Killa priest or whatever, I hate to say it, like, I don't like saying this about people, but the answers that were given from the panel, I won't say who or what, but are just so ridiculously weird and bizarre. Saying that, like, everything's a circle, it's the most beautiful. It's like chanting a religious hymn.
Yeah, it's
Everything's
a
round.
sphere is the perfect shape, and my head's a sphere, therefore globe.
A baby born. It's so stupid. I hate to say the word, but it is. It's just ignorance. It really sounds dumb, and these are adults that are just going, okay, la 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 la. Yeah, we in space, y'all. No.
It's really important. It affects the way I view death, the way I view death as well, and my bloodline and stuff. Like, this affects everything. Do you think I want to be wrong when I die? I think I'm gonna float into space off a ball when I know I ain't there. It's a totally different feeling.
Yes. You
Hello?
want to know some fundamental truths for yourself in life, like, or not. You know?
Exactly. That's what lets me down about my own family.
Nigger,
My mother
nigger.
accepted him, but then still
Oh.
just
Thanks for banning them.
didn't care.
Yeah.
Can I just ask quickly, is it the
I smoked
metals?
over him.
Is it metals?
It is.
Is that crypto?
Yeah, thanks.
Bonjour, crypto. It is.
Hey,
Yeah.
crypto.
Don't
How's
worry, I'll
it
shut
going?
up. Sorry.
No, actually,
fine.
I don't-
Thank you
I
for
don't think
banning
we
them.
mind- We want to hear from you. Actually, a couple words would be okay.
Yeah.
Mayo is amazing.
It's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's
Mayo
not.
was amazing.
No, it's not. Crypto is blasphemous.
It's not that great. I try not to use any mayo.
Oh, yeah.
I say that guy was one of
Mayo
the best
and
glove
pizza.
arguments this week.
But here's the thing, right? People think that word bothers us. It really doesn't. Like, many people have done the exact same thing. Like, YouTube already hates us anyway. So, like, people who do that have absolutely no power. It's really worthless to do that. Like, you're gonna spend 15, 20, 30 minutes getting VC verified
Waiting,
just to say that. Like, are people actually that pathetic?
Oh yeah, they are.
That's how mad. That's how mad they get about their space getting taken away. They're like, I'm not gonna put up with that. La, 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 la.
Can I say real quick? Can I say real quick that was one of the best glove arguments I've heard in a long time. Thank you.
Yeah.
They could use that 20 minutes learning Spanish or Italian or another language, but nope. I want to wait 20 minutes to say the most ridiculous thing for 3 seconds.
Hasn't somebody told them that, like, they got the wrong crowd? Like, you're doing that to the wrong crowd. You're not getting anywhere with these folks. Like, why do they even think that was going to be a problem for us?
We tell them all the time. They don't care.
What they might not learn is they'll say that in front of a couple of black people, and they'll have their face punched in. So they're minding
know.
trolling us on them. So FM.
Yeah. Let's see that.
I think they just laugh, honestly.
Yeah, they think it's funny. I don't know. It's just
The Earth's a
It
ball.
depends.
Not.
I think some of them think it's funny.
That's funny. Not a freaking ball.
So on the discs, I just found my cookies from last night. Yes.
Anyway,
But anyway,
let's redirect the topic to actually. I'm going to ask this question to Michael because he's been talking a lot. In a good way. What hobby do you like to do the most, and why?
I listen to music about 8 hours a day. I got
I see what you-
3,000 songs on my Spotify. I like football. I like soccer. I like to watch sports. I like to talk to my friends where I am. I got a massive YouTube subscription. Just got like 10 years of my hobbies into it. So that's my TV is YouTube. I like to meditate, relax. I smoke cannabis. I drink a little bit. So I like to get a human buzzes. Like I like to get a nice buzz in whatever time I want to do it. I'm quite a chill person, really. I like to listen to books on Audible. I love documentaries about hard facts, like Louis Theroux. Don't know if you've heard of him. You should have. He's a brilliant documentarian, Louis Theroux. But yeah,
I see music as a common theme with a lot of us, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
See, I had this prediction a while ago, and the more time goes on, the more I see it being a reality. But my generation was, or maybe even the generation before, was really drilled by the baby boomers. Like, you need to know STEM. STEM is the future. STEM, 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 STEM. But I think what I guess people around my age, or maybe millennials, are going to do is I think we're going to use STEM to bring back the arts. Like we're going to approach art in a very STEM way, but we're going to bring back the arts, I guess. I'm really
Is
good
it
at
still flat?
It's like having a real value to things. I'm making think that a true value. We live in a false valuated economy. This accumulates debt. So if the true nature of something is the skill that's gone into it, is the appreciation of it, not the currency of it. So we need to work on the way society is built. We should be helping each other, not for the dollar, but through each other.
Is Chaos unmuted yet, by the way? Or is Chaos unmuted yet? Because like I'm trying to like look and see like anyone to talk about like flat stuff, but like usually like they stay on mute.
Right. Isn't Chaos a flat earther? I think. Yeah. I've heard him talk before, but
he is
local mute, not on server mute. He's on local mute.
Oh.
No, he's unmuted now. Hi, Chaos. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, welcome to the server. I guess you've been here before. What shape? About a week. Oh, awesome. So what shape do you think the Earth is?
To me, it's flat. I mean, through all my experience that I've ever seen, I've never seen curve. I've never physically measured it. But then most of what I build upon, as far as any foundation that I've ever built, and I've built probably thousands, it's flat. When I jump out of a plane, I see it's flat, but my video camera that took the pictures of me shows it as curved. I know I didn't see that in 360 direction. So I live on the Tampa Bay of Florida. So
don't dox yourself.
I'm actually going to see if I can't do some Black Swan of my own, because I have 4 miles of the Sunshine Skyway. I can see from one side to the other. I can already see that. Just
right on.
There. I've been down there fishing, crabbing.
Activism's awesome. Thank you for contributing to that. Chaos, have you seen the 24/7 wiki? It's pretty cool if you haven't seen it yet.
No, I have not.
Ooh, let me send that to you. You will love it. There's so many observations. It's like really cool. Like if you could do something like that, that'd be pretty cool.
It's come to my understanding over the past few days that I guess there's my neighbor, who's actually my neighbor, is Jose JG, who does the Daily Boom, and that's how I found you ultimately, because I went over there for about a month and it was just a shit show.
Yeah, Jose JG is kind of funny, honestly, but it takes a while to realize that he might be just trolling.
Wait a minute. He said he spent a month there. Tell us one thing you learned in that month, please.
That it was a shit show.
Exactly.
I was there for a few minutes once, or an hour once, and I learned that you can monetize debates on the internet.
Sounds like a new career.
Yeah, it said more power to him, but it's just something to keep in mind.
They're like the
A new
evil
hobby, you
group.
mean?
They're like
A new
the
hobby
evil.
since we were sharing hobbies today.
They're kind of like
Yes.
the flat Earth evil groupie group.
I just thought it was
So my
funny because
hobby-
when I showed up there, I was saying such controversial things that people were actually paying him a few dollars here and there in the live stream chat on YouTube just to ask me questions. Like, so this is how it works, huh?
And once again, what was the technical data that you gathered from the endeavor again?
Well, I actually got into it with Blue Marble Science over his LIGO video that he was putting out there, trying to tell everybody that it was built a certain way because of curvature. And I'm just like, dude, man, they built this thing in Louisiana in the swamps. It's a flood situation. They're worried about water, and you just argue with me. There's no way, and I'm literally sharing my screen, showing a full-page document of like 40 different waterproofing diagrams. And
Yeah,
he's literally saying it has nothing to do with water. It has
So
nothing
what
to
we
do
do,
with water.
what I think we do learn is we learn what false science is, and then we can bring that information back over here and check with our science advisors. Right?
Sounds good to me.
That's a learning process. So yeah, we learn what false science is. Come back and double check on that stuff with the people who actually know. So I like that idea because I've always liked the idea of teaching, and I think I'm a good teacher. And what a better topic could you pick? Other than like what the Earth actually is, where we actually are, and to teach about that. Fantastic.
I just had an idea, because sorry if I may share here. I shared the last meme I shared, and then the Drippy Tap. He's my partner. I prefer Galaxy, to be honest. It's more smooth and tastes better. And then I said, I'm a Milky Way kind of guy, LOL. We should have a flat Earth chocolate bar, and on the wrapper we could have different flat Earth bombs. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing. I like the idea, but what retailer would actually want to allow us to have inventory?
I would sell it.
Are you a retailer?
Yes. I sell
Online
t-shirts.
or
You know
B&M?
that? You haven't seen my t-shirts?
I was just going to ask online or B&M.
I'm not sure what B&M means, but
Brick and
I
mortar.
sell shit. Yeah, basically brick and mortar, I guess.
I
And or
like the
both.
slogan, excuse me, is what I want my t-shirt slogan to say. With an exclamation mark and a question mark next to it. It's like, get out of my way with my fucking beliefs. Excuse me, excuse you. Innit?
I got a cool t-shirt idea. You have like a cartoon sheep, and then you put a mask on it. No text, that's it.
Yeah.
I like this idea. I traded my NASA T-shirt for this, and then on the back you have a bunch of flat Earth truth stuff.
Yeah, like my PFP is a flatter T-shirt I bought. That could be on the back of it or something.
Traded
It
my
looks like the
NASA
Jack
T-shirt,
Daniels symbol.
and I got back the entire Earth.
I want to do one that it's like if evolution was real, the maternity would be a zoo with like different creatures in the bassinets behind the window, you know, and father standing there like.
That's a good one. Whoa.
My wife had a gorilla. My wife had a hippo.
Lady having a griffin or something. Yeah, it's great.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if evolution were real, truthfully, it would make less sense that we came from monkeys and more sense that we came from like a tree. Because like, if you look at a tree stump and then look at our thumbs, like the design of like the tree stump is actually very similar to like our fingerprints. Like,
Are you saying that monkeys don't have fingerprints?
well, no, I'm saying we're closer to trees than monkeys. So like, if they really wanted to shove evolution down our throats, it would make more sense to state that than a monkey. Like, we are not monkeys.
But if monkeys have fingerprints, wouldn't we be closer to monkeys?
Because we're nothing like.
That's what I'm
trees
saying.
because We're nothing like trees because we're not rooted where we are. We can move.
Because a tree
We can
branch is so
change.
beautiful, it's made like a ball.
This conversation is beautiful.
But that's what I'm saying though, is like, we were intelligently designed. Like, that makes more sense than evolution. In my opinion, we're closer to a tree than a monkey because fingerprints look just like tree stumps.
What if they look kind of like the fingerprints of monkeys?
But
Man,
they don't.
There's some comedy gold in there. I don't know if you
If I'm
realize
gonna-
what you hit on.
If I'm gonna have to identify as a tree or a plant, I identify as a hybrid, half sativa, half indica marijuana plant. Then
I identify as a monkey tree.
I'm not saying I agree with evolution. I'm saying if they were smart, like, they wouldn't say we came from monkeys. That's what I'm saying. Or rocks. Like,
I'm definitely not a rock.
If they were smart, they'd stop
Come on.
saying we're on a ball.
well, the thing is, in a way, they're smart because they managed to get people to believe it. Like, we don't like them.
With unlimited money and all every television in the world, and paid politicians in all different countries, this is why I believe this shit. They are up to this. This is what they have been up to the last 100 years.
It's not that
Straight
they're
up, like.
smart. It's not that they're smart. It's just people are so dumbed down. Like, it's been a process of dumbing down, so they're just dumb.
Yeah, it's not that they're smart; it's that they're cunning.
Well, they may not have intelligence.
Malice
They may-
and cunningness.
They may not have intelligence, but they do have charisma, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
wait a minute, who does
the
those?
people they hired to be the front have charisma.
Yeah, who has
That's
charisma?
what I'm saying.
Like, who is that? So, if we're allowed to see any of those characters, they were meant for us to be seen, to be seeing them. Like, they're put in front of our face. Yeah, I know you do.
I don't think it's too controversial to say someone like Bill Nye or Neil deGrasse Tyson is charismatic, because that's why children like myself for a long time really enjoyed listening to them. You know, like they are charismatic. They appear like very caring. It's kind of like, yes, exactly.
Good
Because
actors
if you
are.
look at if you look at a ride like Disney, like Dinosaur, or like Mission Space, for an example, there's like this feeling of like accomplishment or like human, like I'm a part of this, and people don't want that tie to be severed, you know? So I would say they're very, very socially intelligent. They may not be academically intelligent, but they're very charismatic. People enjoy being attached to those figures.
The people that are pulling the strings are the ones that they've been looking at our behavior, and they're social engineers. They've been adjusting here and there and tidying up here and tucking in here. They've been doing this for many, many years, probably at least 100 years. But, you know, probably they probably have a 1,000-year plan or something, you know? Like, why would people think that these generational elitists would not have a long-range plan? Powerful people, well-to-do people that garner most all the resources on Earth amongst them and their friends and family.
Well, the thing is... Sorry, you can continue.
No, it's okay.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it was a pause moment for me. Yeah.
I was just going, well, I guess you can bypass intelligence with emotion. Truthfully. They figured this out very quickly. You can get people to stop admitting the truth if you get to them on an emotional level, because people don't want to sever that tie.
Yeah.
It's abusive.
That's pointing to the dichotomy of all these things of separation, of like nationality or like differences in people, or to separate us with all these differences, to make us to cause an artificial allegiance to a certain group. That has all been supplanted in people's minds.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because we always say, you know, facts don't care about your feelings, yet everybody just attaches so much feeling to facts, whether they're truthful or not. And I just see
facts
that as
have to be truthful.
Well, what they think to be true, like living on a ball, right? That's just what I'm saying. Because they attach a feeling towards that.
They got to twist it. Yeah, they have to twist it.
Unfortunately, I guess this is what I was trying to say earlier with the 3 points. We can't just jump into the black swan if someone's only purpose, only obstacle is, why would they lie? I can't believe they'll do this to me. I mean, our taxes pay for this. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't take advantage of. You're not going to get anywhere with a black swan with an individual who thinks like that. You have to answer their questions. You have to. Also, sorry to interrupt. It is halftime. Now that it's halftime, I'd like to make an announcement. I would like to resume, because I know it's been a while, silver meetings and silver voice chats. So this Wednesday at the old time of 1 p.m. EDT, we're just going to have a casual check-in and we're going to see what's going on. So that would be July 7th, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So that would be 12, 11, 10 Pacific. That would be 12 Central. I don't know, whatever British people do. If Tap's still here.
Sorry. Yeah. What time did you say?
The traditional time for silver meetings and silver chats.
That was 6, right? So that would be an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, an hour ago. So yeah, that would be 6 p.m. GMT.
Okay, so
what are those times again, Steve? Sorry. You're just about to repeat them. Sorry.
No, you're okay. 1 p.m. EDT, July 7th. We're gonna start these silver meetings again. After your guys' feedback in the silver text. By the way, constantly check the silver text. I do post there from time to time, and your peers post there as well. We're gonna get the show on the road again. We're gonna have silver meetings again. We're gonna make we're gonna revive the community. So I mean, it's not that, you know what I mean. Like, we're gonna revive the sober meetings and sober voice text. I'm just gonna do like a very basic, like 30-minute like check-in, see what's going on, and listen to your guys' ideas. So that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to make that announcement. Let the show continue. Thanks for tuning in to halftime. We have 1 more hour. That was an awkward announcement.
You're good. You're good. Do we have any Globe Earthers?
Halfway
I'd like to
point.
talk to?
Yeah, we have Senpa Lake.
Senpai Lake. What's good,
Yeah.
Senpai?
Can you unmute your mic? Oh, hi. Welcome to the server.
Yeah, what's up? I've been here before.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't think I've spoken with you. So what shape do you think the Earth is? We'll start with that.
I do not know.
You don't know at all. You don't even have a little bit of knowledge on what you think it could be.
Well, no. I mean, I just, I'll answer you just like I said to everybody else in here. I've never seen it with my own eyes, so I'm not going to tell you whether it's flat or round. Otherwise, I'd kind of be lying to myself and to everybody. Because I don't know. But I like hearing you guys' debates and stuff, so.
You do have the flat earther tag, so you must have done some looking at it into things.
No, he doesn't.
Huh?
Just VC
I just
verified.
looked at his thing. It says flat earther, VC verified, 3-point participant.
No, you're looking at the wrong person. It's
My bad. I thought that was number 2 talking. My bad. Sorry. Hi, Senpai.
Sorry.
I'm a stoner. You'll get used to that shit with Flatman Can.
Yeah, I'm smoking right now. But
All right, so do you have any specific questions for us?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, I kind of just like to listen because, like, I get into a lot of debates about stuff, and I kind of just like I don't like getting bullied, so I kind of tend not to like join in. But you guys have a lot of interesting theories. I mean, if you really want to like dive into my brain about anything that you guys talk about, I just don't. Oh, well, I got to get into this right now. Ugh.
It's okay. It's okay. I was just going to ask one question, like how long have you been looking into this particular topic?
I mean, a long time.
A long time? Like several years?
Like a long time. Like since I was like 14, I'm 26 now. So
If you want to finish your Apex game, that's fine.
I wasn't on Apex. I was just I was on Apex earlier, and then I started smoking, and I switched over. Kind of wanted to like listen into some stuff. Felt like chilling out for a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
okay
your
if you
friends
just
with
come in and
Django.
listen. I just
I'm
wanted to do a dovetail with the previous question I asked about how long. So what, like just in general, what is your take on the topic? Do you like have a particular side that you favor, or like what's your take on the whole thing?
I mean, I feel like both sides are kind of interesting. But like both sides have a lot of like tales and folklore behind them. If I had to lean toward a side, I mean, I guess visibly with my own eye, I could see a flat plane. So I would kind of go with flat earthers just on the fact of that.
Hmm. Well, that's like we measure, and when you measure something, it's not about opinion anymore, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, my whole thing about all that is just kind of like, you know, when I guess some of the people that I like kind of talked to in here beforehand described it as me being on the fence. And I guess when you say it like that, it's like, it's kind of like a flat earther's word against a globe earther's word, you know? Like you say,
Not exactly. Not exactly though. Not exactly though, because here's the thing, and the reason I stopped you is because the primary claims are positive claims. We didn't make these claims. Number one is that Earth is a sphere. That means curvature. Number two, that it's spinning on its axis. We'll leave the other three vectors alone for now, but just spinning on its axis. So that's motion of a physical object or surface. And three, there's no such thing as gas pressure without a container anywhere. In reality, it cannot be shown to ever occur because of the second law and the first law of thermodynamics, right? So these things right there, you don't sense any motion, you don't perceive any curvature in your daily life. None of us do. No one ever has perceived or experienced anything but a flat, motionless plane where the gas laws are in effect always. So our common senses tell us that it is not curved, it's measurably not curved because we can go out and measure distances, and that curvature does not exist in any of the measurements we've made. It just doesn't. So your vestibular system tells you that you're not moving at all, and the reason it would tell you so is because that's what it's designed to do. There's a liquid in your ear. That liquid moves around inside this cavity inside your ear. That's a pressurized system. It's set up to sea level. That's how you know you're standing vertical. There's a directionality to it. There's 3 semicircular canals. The endolymph moves to physical locations where cilia on particular hair cells, on one side of the hair cell actually, causes a directionality that the nervous system picks up to tell you what direction that motion or angle is in.
Just to add on to
in your ear, physically in your ear. This is biomechanical motion of substances like the endolymph that will move to an exact physical location in your vestibular system.
Well, just to add on to what's...
Go ahead.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
That's all right. Go ahead. I'll stop.
Sorry, I'm really bad at like knowing when someone's like finished or not, because like I hear a gap and then I go for it, but then
the gap's there on purpose so that there's a pause.
Oh.
But sometimes I get really long-winded and people want to go now, and I'm waiting for I want to put that space in there, just like in music. There's a reason for the pause so people can think about what was just said without it being too much.
I was just going to add a small thing to what you were saying about the vestibular system. There's something similar in plants, which is capillary action, which water travels through the veins of plants, and water travels in our veins as well, similar to plants. And if we were really spinning as fast as they say they would, as fast as they say we are, not only would we not be able to hear anything, but the liquids constantly traveling in our veins and on plants' veins would no longer be able to consistently flow like all the time. It just wouldn't work. The vestibular system and capillary action are very similar. So what Sonny said there is really cool and really a good point.
There's another key part to plants as well. Think about this. Plants know which way is up. That has something to do with the sun moving overhead. They know what direction that is. Just think if it was going down somewhere over a curved horizon and underneath. How would a plant know if it was topsy-turvy spinning around at different angles? How would it know? Plants grow on a solid stationary platform where the soil is. Yeah, there might be angular differences, elevation differences, whatever, but they know which way up is. That's why they're pointed up.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. Yeah, and I know.
Yeah, so listen, if you took a plant and spun it around, how would that plant grow based on its light source? I'm telling you, nothing could grow. Plants would die. They would try to point downward. How is a plant going to grow up if it's trying to point downward where the energy source is underneath a ball?
Yeah,
And tip
I
it
see
upside
what you're
down?
saying. Like the gravity would pull the top of the plant back down to the earth.
Yeah. So if Australia was upside down, then all the plants would be growing downward towards the soil. Or something weird, you know?
No human, no plant would survive. How can we be moving that quickly when first we don't even feel it, and second of all, it would destroy every natural process that happens in our body? How would blood flow in our heart if we're moving so quickly? Does gravity just not exist inside of our bodies? Is the womb? Someone's actually said this before. Is a womb inside of a woman just anti-gravity, and that's why babies can't walk? Like, no, that makes no sense. So if it's not happening inside of our bodies, why would it happen outside of it? It makes no sense. It's inconsistent.
Gravity is probably the most inconsistent theory there is.
Is it even a theory? Like, it's not even substantiated.
No, it's not a theory. It's actually just a hypothesis, but everyone calls it a theory.
Calling it a theory is being generous.
So is this live somewhere? If so, DM me the YouTube link so I can share it in my server.
Yeah, absolutely. Helioskeptic has a
YouTube link. Yeah, send that to me.
yeah, let me get it right now. Here it is. Let me post it in the chat, and I'm gonna DM it to you.
Cool. Yeah, I'll share
There's a second one too. Roger does one. If you want to send him that one too.
Oh yeah, let me.
Up the viewership a little bit. I'll even share it in my Facebook group too.
Yeah, it's on. Let me. Oh. I can't find Rogers. I thought it would be in Helio's description, but I can't find it. I would ask Roger himself, but he had to go.
No worries. I'm driving. Maybe somebody else will drop it for him or DM it to Flat Earth Subgenius.
Drive
Shout out to you too, Dan. You're OG. Last time I saw you was on one of your live podcasts, and good to see you still around, man. It's been like 5 years ago now.
Sonny, that's fucking amazing, brother.
Yeah, it's like coming out like it's springtime. Like hold on, let me find a different picture. Like, this is from a mango that I ate. That I ate the mango myself, and I planted the seed.
Beautiful.
It grew. Like, everything grows. Like, okay, here's another one. This is my sweet potato. It was a tiny little, like, midget sweet potato that started growing, and I put it in a pot. And hold on, wait till you see it.
Sonny, how can you grow mangoes on a globe when it's spinning?
I don't know how I could grow it right in my window, but it seems like it, and it just keeps on going. I'm urging it. I'm trying to will it to grow fruit, because they're not supposed to grow fruit for like 10 to 15 years. But I see it sprouting out, and I'm like, come on, come on. Give me some fruit from that tree. Make a little mango tree that actually grows mangoes. Whoa.
That's how tall it is now?
That's a sweet potato. That's the sweet potato.
Oh, sweet potato. Nice.
They grow
Yeah, it's
so
about 3
fast. They get out of hand, those sweet potatoes. I had one of those.
It's like
yeah.
3 feet. Yeah, 3 feet tall. Yeah. So hold on. Now let's see. I'll show you the mango. It started out this little tiny weird looking thing. Bizarre looking.
I have actually 2 avocado trees that I grew from just a seed. And
That's
the leaves are just like, oh, massive. Some of them.
I'll post what I have growing in my garden next Saturday. Probably. I gotta organize it a little bit. It's still
Well,
kind of
actually,
sort
if you scroll all the way down, there's a section now for nature, botany, and wildlife. You could post it in there too.
beautiful.
This one's
Thanks.
pretty. This one's
Of
pretty
course.
cool. Doesn't show like really how large it is, though. Not that much. I have other. Let's see if I can find older pictures. Yeah, it's kind of neat to see a plant grow and they just do their thing, and you get like a. There's like some kind of timing mechanism because when we're paying attention to our plants, and that's kind of like we become kind of like synced up with the plant somehow. Like it grows, it shows us growth, and there's time going by, and it's doing its thing, you know.
That is really beautiful, brother. That's amazing. And you ate the mango yourself. I heard something about that. You're putting your DNA on it, like, and making it part of you, I guess.
I don't know, like it's growing for me. It feels like it is. I'm like, I'm rooting for it. I like.
Got my strawberries and Karavis this year, the suckers.
What's that?
Pardon me?
You know, squirrels and chipmunks and birds. They eat so much of my garden. It's crazy. They eat more than me. The suckers.
I found a fruit tree that grows out in the woods near where I live, right? And I was talking to somebody and telling them, and they weren't even concerned. Like, oh, I go, don't like I'm this type of person. I'm like, I could find a way to like survive and have fruit growing right on the land, you know, and watching it ripen and stuff, and go put these fruits. They're called quince. Tastes like a freaking pear. It tastes like a apple, like almost like a guava or a pear, like part pear, part apple. It's like they're really great. I'm like, that's what I'm all about, you know. But people see no value. People don't see any value with that. I guess. Like if you can't go to 7-Eleven and buy some cheesy snacks or something, then it has no value.
Wouldn't it make sense since we're in a pandemic? You know, this pandemic. You should learn how to grow your own food. You know, that's kind of an important thing. I mean, if it was a real pandemic, everyone should be learning how to grow food, right?
Well, maybe not.
Doesn't make sense. If there was a real shortage of food and a real dangerous virus going around, everyone logically should be learning how to grow their own food. It's just
I agree, but that's not what the media tells you to do, so people aren't going to do that.
And I think
I'm just dissecting things, guys. That's what I do.
I think he was being a little sarcastic. Like maybe some people shouldn't feed themselves.
No.
Well, yes, that problem will take care of itself, I guess.
It might be natural processes happening.
Yikes! I just got Redford's joke.
Comedian that says he's glad he wishes the pandemic would take out more people. So funny. It's actually Bill Burr, who is anti-flat Earth. It's so annoying. I gotta call him out. Actually, I'm one of the few people that can take down these people. I'm the flat Earth comic, so I'm in the comedy world, and I stand up to people like Joe Rogan, and
I love that.
And I work to convert people like Owen Benjamin and get them to meet up with Eric Dubay and whatnot. So then the flat Earth goes and it seeds into all these other fields like comedy, which is huge. It reaches
so great.
millions of people.
I've laughed so hard in the last couple of years. Actually, since I came here on Discord, my sense of humor about this whole thing Oh my gosh, it's over the top now. I'm right there with you, man.
That's the thing. If your sense of humor is not improving, you're in the wrong field. Like if you should naturally become more lighthearted and levity and humorous. Otherwise, it's like compared to how good looking I used to be, compared to how I am now, I have so many gray hairs because of how much time I've spent. So now I'm just like, I'm done debating succubuses and incubuses, and now I'm just like laughing and getting all my health and energy back.
Let me share this with you. It might be good material for you. Before I was VC verified and worked my way up to where I am now, in the comments on YouTube, when I was only just commenting, me and I guess 2 other FE or red pilled people got, like, I was busting myself laughing so hard. We created this thing like a laze and tase to prove flat earth, and we were talking about like maybe a little video where you got a red pilled and a blue pilled person walking down the sidewalk, and they're talking, and the red pilled person says, you know, the earth is flat, eh? And the blue pilled's like, no way, I don't believe you. And the red pilled's like, I got a test that I can show you, and if I prove it to you, I get to tase you, and then you can work with it. You know where that goes from there, right? Cut away to a lake, you know, and a laser. Yeah, as soon as the red pillar proves it's flat, he gets to tase the blue pillar.
And I were offering $100 each to any globe earther that could answer 3 basic heliocentric questions. None of them could answer all 3. They can only answer 1 or 2 max, but never all 3, so they didn't get any money.
Thank you for the compliment. Truth prevails.
Well, yeah, I mean, you give the meme masters, a run for their money, for sure. Like all of your memes are funny as hell, always. Like one of the top ones. There's like a handful of people that are really good at being funny and making memes, and you're right up there with them.
I appreciate the compliment.
And anyone who disagrees with me just don't know what the hell they're talking about. So don't pay no attention to them.
Do you guys remember when I first joined the server and I made the black swan drawing?
I wasn't here. Are you gonna share it or what?
If I can find it. Oh, I found it. I used to make memes of people when I first joined, and I drew people. Like, he actually said that, by the way. You give me a vaccine, I'll give you lead. I can't do his voice.
He sounds really intelligent.
Who? Oh, that's MJS. Yeah.
I got you. He's in a shooter.
Yeah. Funny you mentioned that, Dandy, because I made one and he deleted it. Because he said, why do I have a 16 pack? Is another one. I can't. Servers and golds don't have the permission to make emojis anymore because we're close to the limit. But yeah, I would put it back if I could. Or maybe I can send you the file, Dandelion.
Hilarious.
You know who that is? That's Indio. Oh no. Oh no. This is another classic. I need to make these again. It's been like a year.
Yeah, go for it. Make some new ones.
Make like a flatter style South Park type of show.
That's what people say. People.
That kind of reminds me of.
I kind of miss drawing people, and I also kind of don't. Like, it was really fun, but sometimes, like, well, here's the thing. I usually only add emojis for people who are a mod, but also I can't add it for the second reason and third reason. I only draw people if they ask now, because once I drew someone that they didn't ask, and I accidentally like made them uncomfortable, and I felt really bad about it. I was trying to be nice, but I violated a boundary. This is a promo like drawing I made for Ladies Night a while ago, but like it never really like became like mainstream. But like that's one I made a while ago. Let me check the date on it. That's weird. I can't find the date on it, but
Appreciate you listening to me for a little bit and having me on and adding me as friends and joining my server and my Facebook group. I appreciate that, and I hope to have a better mic. I hope you guys can hear me better next time. And, I will be listening from the shadows. Goodbye, my friends.
Awesome. Thank you for
Bye.
joining
Peace,
us.
Flat Earth Sub Genius. Good to hear you, man.
thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoyed Precious Metals and stuff. We still have another 30 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, many blessings your way, and thanks for stopping in.
Here's another older drawing. Aw, poor Monsanto corn. Monsanto, it's not Monsanto corn's fault that Monsanto's evil. Yeah, that's the corn's mommy. It's a giant factory, and factories are bad.
Well, in the topic that we have of hobbies, get back to this one. See, I do more drawings.
Maybe.
All right. Still, oh, what's up?
No, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you what your hobby was because I don't think there's any flat earthers or sorry, globers in here to talk to you.
Me?
Yes.
I have a lot of hobbies.
Pick your favorite.
I'm gonna sound so cliche, but I really like video games. I really like Civilization 5 right now. I made my own mod pack, and it's huge. I made an entire Quantum era. Like, it's pretty crazy. I play as Babylonia. I'm sorry, guys, but they have really high science output, which means I get to invent the nuke in the 1700s. But yeah, I don't really have anyone to play Civ with. I don't blame people either, because the games take a very long time. So, yeah.
Cool. I don't understand a lot of what you said, but
I'm
nice.
sorry.
No, because I just don't play games, right? So
It's a board game, kind of. Well, it's a video game, but it's like a wow, crypto, wow. Wow. Not only does he like Mayo, but he hates Civ. Wow.
Oh, even Drace is against you too.
Wow. See, this is why I didn't want to answer the question. Wow. I really like Civ though, because it's like Risk or kind of like Hearts of Iron, but there's many different ways to win. Ironically, I like the scientific victory. Sorry, guys. The science victory is being the first one to space, but I just like it because I get to be ahead of technology. I'm sorry for the off-topic stuff.
No, I asked you the question. It's all good. You said it's a board game? Or it's a I'm
Well,
confused.
sort of. It is a video game, but it plays like a board game. Like it's a turn-based game.
Oh, okay.
So like there's no confusing controls, it's just point and click. But it's really, really fun.
Except for Crypto and Drace. But it's fun for other people.
Well, you see, people like that are mad because they probably lose. Okay, I'm mean. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, here we go.
Oh, it's too easy. Ooh, fancy. Ooh. I don't
Drace.
believe you.
Okay, Drace, what's your favorite hobby? If you can unmute yourself. Maybe, if you can.
My favorite hobby is going onto the Discord and listening to you guys.
Aww.
That's the best hobby, isn't it?
I guarantee you've never played on Deity, by the way, Drace. Just saying. I guarantee it.
Watch Spiffing Brett play Civ, and then you know how I play the game, and then you know how easy it is.
Okay, listen, I've watched him. You know he plays with mods? He literally played a modded Civ. I know what video you're talking about.
Sometimes, but generally when he's exploiting, that's what I'm talking about, because I exploit in every game I do play in, so...
But he used a mod on his exploit. He played as Madagascar. That's how he was able to get so much faith, because Madagascar doesn't even exist. Meanie.
Yeah, he might have used the mod there. I don't care about Civ. It's a boring game to me.
Wow.
I play Crusader Kings for a similar experience, but more enjoyable.
Wow. Wow. You probably only like domination then. Wow.
No, I like variation and domination. I also like going for weird things. Like, for instance, in CK3 right now, my playthrough is they're all very tall, bigger than giants, and they're naked Norsemen. And I made them all into cannibals, and they're taking over the world right now.
Cannibalism. I don't know about that one.
So by the time so at the end there'll be two people left, and one's got to eat the other to conquer the world.
Okay.
Imagine that! Holy shit!
I basically remade the giants of old, and they're taking over the world now.
So I see you guys like cannibalism.
We're learning so much
I don't
about
like
everybody.
cannibalism. I like
whoa.
I like different things. I like having variety so that it's not always the same shit over and over again.
Oh yeah, you like variety. That's why you like cannibalism.
Don't come at me. I told you no. I don't like cannibalism.
Aw. I'm so goofy. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, that was a horrible voice crack. Please forget that.
No worries, but the cannibals in the game like it.
Wait, you play it too?
Oh hell no, dude! I don't play any games. No, I don't play. I'm well beyond the games. I'm not saying it's bad. Like it's cool. Like I used to.
It's a waste of time.
I don't play games. No, I don't have time for games.
Ah, so you've ascended.
I got too much studying to do. There's not enough time in the day to do the important things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's nothing to be sorry of. It's like, it's awesome. It's okay. It's all good.
I'm Redford. Do you play any games? Not just video games.
The only game that I've played recently is Battleships, and I lose most times. But it's fun. But that's pretty much the only game I play.
Don't you play Whacker Glober all the time and chicken?
Dude, yes, Savvy, that's right. I love playing that game. That's my favorite game.
Whack-a-mole.
Yes.
No, Whack-a-Glober. It's even better.
Yes. So yeah, that game I do like to play. I used to play like card games, but now I don't.
Go fish.
Yes, exactly. Go fish.
Sometimes
Honestly-
solitary. Sometimes solitary. Every few years, I'll go through a stage where I'll play some solitary, but it's like then I'll put it down for another few years.
Why can't we just make card games mainstream again? Like, honestly?
Ooh, I'd be down. I actually like card games.
As kids, we used to play hearts and spades, those kind of games, and drink. We used to drink. We used to
I hung out in arcades.
Shoot the moon.
I hung out in things called arcades where they had stand-up games you paid to play quarters. You dropped
Yeah.
quarters in.
I remember too.
I'm young, but not that young.
Pinball.
And I got
machine.
used to being broke at a young age, but I looked good doing it.
Dang.
To be fair, that's the important thing is, did you have fun?
Hell yeah, I love coming back and seeing my my initials on the first, nobody beating the top score on like my favorite ones and shit. And even as an older lad now, went to visit my buddy out in the country and chilling out in his barn. He had an old gaming system and he put Galaga in. Whatever. I got up. Yeah, I got up to like stage 40 and 50. He was shitting his pants. He couldn't believe it. Like getting perfect on the challenging stages and yeah.
I think you bring up an important point unintentionally. Yeah, for anyone listening, like, we love sci-fi, but we recognize it as just sci-fi. You know?
Yeah, I miss my ColecoVision.
Honestly,
I'm so old in television and Coleco, like Pong, was that like the two paddles and the dot going back and forth? That bored me so fast. But I mean, when it got going quick, you got a little bit of an adrenaline rush,
What happened to it? But I used to have my old ColecoVision, all the games, all the little console that you could play Atari games on it, and I just can't find it for the life of me now. It's probably worth a good penny now. Sorry to interrupt.
that's okay. Also, I'd just like to say, Tap or Drippy Tap in chat, he'll tell you that he's British, but he's not. He's totally American.
Hey,
Don't-
no. I'm obviously British. Like,
Fake Brit.
Only when you talk to
Brit.
people that live in the UK, then
What?
all of a sudden you're Brit. But
it's because my
all
accent
good.
changes from people to people, right? You should you should have heard in the VC check-in when Django was when it was around in the mornings. I would sound Australian too. Like, you can even ask him. I promise. I'm not lying.
You got the nasal part, or like right
What,
on.
the nasal
That's like
part?
right on.
Well, see, I am British. See, I guess
It's because my nose. That's why.
it's because of my nose. Well, no, it's because it's because of the people that I talk to, or it's because of the people that I talk to. I can sound American whenever I want to. I can sound Canadian too.
No,
But-
that's not how
It's
Canadians
more
speak.
than that. Yeah, like
What?
give it another try.
Give one another try.
Even I have like a better Canadian accent impression.
Well, you see, I'm not trying to sound Canadian. I'm not trying to sound like anything, right? You can hear how my accent changes every now and then. See, now I'm forcing the British accent
Australian.
a lot, right? I'm not gonna do Australian while Django's not here. It'd just be disrespectful.
I mean, the other day when I was at my house,
At your
it was
house?
about 1 p.m. and then I looked at the clock and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's about time for precious metals."
That's like so forced.
I know it is, but it's better than taps. It's better than taps.
What are you
It's
talking
better than
about?
taps. It's
typical.
better
What do
than
you
taps.
What are you
Eh?
What are you talking about?
What are you
Hey,
talking
bud?
about?
It's
Are
not
we going
a
to
boot.
Oot for a rip or what?
It's
You want to
it's a
square
boat.
up?
It's a boat. Like you're owning a
It's a boot.
boat.
It's a
No,
boot.
it's not.
Boon. It's a boot.
No, it's not.
Boot, like a Wellington boot, like the wellies, right? As British people would say, the
Wellies?
wellies. Yeah, the wellies. What? Okay, tell me a British person that says Wellington boots, like actually pronounces or says the entire word Wellington, right? It's a wellies. It's abbreviated. Wellies.
It remi-
Yeah.
It reminds me of that sea shanty.
It's, oh, it,
Don't be a
well,
wanker.
man.
Wanker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. See, it's raining outside and it's pretty muddy, so I'm gonna put on my wellies, right?
So you must be in England then.
I am.
I
I am
call
in
them
England.
cowboy
Yes. Cowboy boots.
Oh, I see. Now,
they are pretty long. Yeah.
This is getting deep. I better find my wellies.
his accent's evolving. Now he doesn't say
My
tease.
accent's evolving. What? I don't say tease. I don't say tease.
Yeah, you don't. Fake Brit.
Mind you, what?
A booty mouse.
It's A, not A. Eh. What? Eh? A? What?
It's A. That's how you spell
Yeah,
it.
it's
A.
A. Yeah.
Wait. I want to say
Uh-oh.
hi to Enoch. I haven't heard him today.
Hi. What?
Hi.
Hey.
Uh-oh. How's everyone doing? I see.
Hi. It's precious metals again. For another 15 minutes.
Yay. Uh-oh. Yeah,
Whistle every time.
I like the fact that we were here trying to make accents. I like the Canadian, the forced Canadian.
Hey.
I loved it. No, I'm sorry. I wasn't making fun. I'm just
No, you're fine. You're
The
fine.
Canadian, the tortured Canadian,
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Enoch.
the impatient Canadian.
I was trying to think one in my head, like a sentence, and the sentence I got was, "I boot a moose to get the other moose out of the house."
Boot a moose?
I bought a moose to get the moose out of the house.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I booed a moose, and I tried to get the moose out the hoose.
Only person I don't want to offend here is Battle Mod. He's gonna come in here. What are you guys talking about, eh? All your guys' accents sound so fucking forced. Sorry, that was the Irish accent in me.
Yeah, BattleMod does it the best, I have to say.
Hey, what are you guys talking about, eh? I can't do a battle mod voice.
No one can.
Yeah, not like Battle Mod.
Oh, I need a scuffed mic. Hold on.
I need a scuffed mic.
Hey, what are you guys talking about? Hey, I can't do it. That is another mic, though. Okay,
That's
here's the one you
worst Canadian accent attempt I've ever heard.
Okay, listen, I was trying to do a battle mod accent.
That was
trying to
supposed to be BattleMod, y'all.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be battle mod. Man,
I think
love
that's a
it.
great impression of
Battle
Battle Mod.
Mod's in Michigan, Detroit. That he's even trying to fake the Canadian accent. So.
I just want to say I love Precious Metals because we all just get to relax and live stream, and also get practice with VC Verified when they're not here. When they are here. Sorry.
Well, what you got to do? I thought you were finished. I'm sorry. What you got to do with battle mods, like to imitate him? You're missing the country accent that's mixed in with it. It's country / Canadian
/ Michigonian.
He's forced, right?
I can't though, because I'm a city boy. I mean, this is the closest I can get to a country accent, but it's pretty shit.
I wouldn't
You
be so hard.
gotta remember. You gotta remember. It's really kind of like this. Yeah. You gotta remember
that's pretty
this
good.
part. You know what I'm saying?
For Battle Mod, yeah.
Now, Sonny, just throw the A in there at the end of everything.
Are we really all doing battle mod impressions?
Trying to summon him in here. I haven't heard him in a while. Maybe he'll hop in.
Hey, what you guys talking about? Yeah, I can't
you know what
do
I
his
mean,
voice.
eh?
Sound like Boonhauer.
About the host. I'll be
To be
talking about
honest,
the
when I hear
moose.
like Battle
Don't be
Mod's
talking
voice,
about
I
the
think
moose
of one
and
of the
boot the
mooses in
hoose.
that movie called Brotherhood. Or no, not Brotherhood. What is it called? Brother Bear?
It's like
Redford Bear.
cartoon. Yeah,
No,
it's the
yeah,
homies.
Brother Bear is a cartoon. It's an animation cartoon about this this native guy, and he turns into a bear, and he basically lives his life as a bear, and then he meets these mooses. And dude, bro, Battle Mod sounds exactly like one of them. I don't like every time I hear Battle Mod talk, I always think of the mooses. I don't know why.
Oh, brother bear, are you?
I think
I don't know if it's called "Oh Brother Bear Are You." It's just called Brother Bear.
Actually, I really don't think I do a good country accent because I've never, ever lived in the South. Yeah, that was bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
I reckon you did a pretty good voice right there.
I mean, I could drop my voice an octave, but that's kind of cringe.
You gotta get the really raspy sound like you smoked 20 Camel non-filters in the morning.
I could do like a smoker voice, but that kind of sounds weird.
Yeah, that's getting kind of gravelly, all right.
See,
You do know that people can have that like gravelly voice without.
You gotta have yourself a raspy
Yeah, that's
voice.
true.
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like to have me some tobacco and beer.
Was that seriously
Back
you?
that pickup, back that pickup truck back to
Oh,
the
that was
barn.
Enoch. Okay.
Back
Yeah,
that pickup back by the crane over there. Back over there by the barn.
I like to get me a little horse, and I like to take me around the corner and enjoy the scenery and the crickets.
This is great. We like do a roast on Battle Mod. I'm gonna move to Helio next.
Hey man, watch Battle Mod come in here, bro, and he start roasting all of us, bro.
I know. That's why we're trying to get.
So you're doing it behind his back, right?
Exactly.
Like, you dumb shits.
Behind his back to his face. That's right. Back face.
I'll need to quit doing Battle Mod impressions right now, damn it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Dave, that was really good. That's the closest Battle Mod impression I've
Dave.
ever
Who's
heard.
talking about Dave? Is it Battle Mod?
You have You have to gargle. You have to gargle with some gravel in the morning.
I love that so much.
Almost sounded like Alex Jones for a second there.
Oh yeah, that freaking guy.
They're turning the frogs gay, Sonny, I promise. They're turning the frogs gay.
That you, John Wayne.
Something's got to be done about it. I'm telling you. What you flat earthers are missing is the water gas.
Mama always told me life is like a box of chocolates.
That's pretty good. Is this how we're gonna end Silver?
Well, I want to ask one more person the question because I don't usually see them around, so I was gonna call on them if they can speak. But whatever you guys want to do, the accents are fun too.
Could we ask Enoch? Actually.
Well, we could. I wanted to ask Karma, so we can ask them both.
Yeah, we should ask Karma.
Karma's here. Hi, Karma. Can you
I'm
unmute?
sorry.
Hi, Karma.
Hey. Yeah,
Hey, we haven't heard you in such a long time. Would you like to answer our question for the day, which is, what is your favorite hobby?
Yeah, sure. That's a hard one though. Yeah, I play games with Drace. I read a lot. I draw a lot. Yeah, I've probably been drawing so much I disfigured my finger almost. So yeah, drawing probably.
Wait.
What kind of the bone grows out because you do something a lot? I've had one of those on my drawing finger since I was a kid, so I draw a lot.
Karma, do you still paint the rocks?
Yeah, when I have time. Though right now I'm working on a rock that has a picture of a dog that just died because they wanted for the gravestone. So I have a few.
Sad.
Yeah, I have a few projects. Like I, for instance, drew a picture of a girl and her mom who died recently because she wanted a picture of her and her mom as an angel or something. So I do little art projects every now and then. It's really nice. I've even gotten like overtime.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. I didn't know that you drew and painted rocks. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been into art since I was a kid. I always loved this kind of shit. And also, it's really fun at work because I draw all kinds of things and then we photocopy it and the kids get to like color it and stuff.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem. Always up for talking. I just don't usually have much to say unless somebody asks me something.
Well, it's nice to hear you.
Y'all are in your broadcast with good karma.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, I keep telling her she needs to make a coloring book or something to sell, and even the people in her job are telling her that.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Enoch, would you like to answer the question? What is your favorite hobby or pastime?
Sure. My favorite hobby is it may not seem I like to do bird watching, and I like to go and find birds, like different types of birds, and collect their feathers. So I like to go around collecting feathers and looking at birds.
That's awesome. What kind of birds? Name some of the birds you have around where you live, if you wouldn't mind.
Actually, to be honest, right now the only bird that I have seen that I thought it was nice over where I'm at is in California. It was called the yellow barb or yellow barb or something like that. So a bird. It's a yellow and black bird. It has like this yellow coat. It's very bright and it's very beautiful. But that's actually the only bird I've looked up, to be honest. I just recently started looking at birds. I actually didn't take this as a hobby. Like it wasn't like a hobby I've had like a long time ago. I actually just started recently picking up this hobby pretty recent, like probably less than a month, less than a week. I decided to be a bird watcher because after finding out like the whole flat earth everything like that. I felt like my whole life was spinning. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I live off of disability. I wanted to be a pro fighter, but that went down the drain with what was happening with what was happening with me. So I had to find something else to occupy my mind, and bird watching was what I found myself doing.
That's awesome, and that's a good thing. Like I actually like to watch birds and listen to birds as well, and it's kind of cool, and it just kind of happened. I like to walk outside, like in the forest, and just be outside all the time. So it does
Outside?
like, yeah, outside all the time. So yeah, that's really cool. It's peaceful, hey. And then it's the more you do it, you'll be able to pick up just like the sounds, right, that the different birds make.
Right,
Actually
yeah, like
seeing
what
them. Yeah.
What's funny is that when I noticed is that because I have Tourette syndrome, so my ticks actually mimic the sounds of the birds. So if I just listen constantly to the bird sounds, my body automatically picks up the sound. Like that one was from the movie Jurassic Park. And all I did was just listen and hear the velociraptor make that sound. And that's what ended up happening. Uh-oh. So the more times I listen to other birds, the sounds start coming out. What?
It's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. One of the cool things, I'll just share this because this, like, I think it's pretty cool. So I have blue jays that come into my yard, and actually, if you feed them whole peanuts, they will come to the yard a lot quicker, a lot faster. And so usually, because I can hear them if I'm outside, I can hear them when they're flying around, just the squawking noise that they make. So then I just go put peanuts out for them, and they come and take them away.
Awesome.
They'll hide them. Yeah, they'll hide them too. And like if I'm gardening, or they'll hide them even in the snow, and then they'll come back for them later. So yeah, they're
that is awesome.
they're really pretty. And actually, there was a baby blue jay last summer. I got to watch that thing grow up, and yeah, it was really cool. Nature is just awesome.
Yeah, I plan on making a bird coop and having some homing pigeons, and I plan on taking them out to the mountains and then releasing them, and then meeting them back at the at the bird coop. And I also plan on probably getting a raven as well, but I'm gonna have to keep him separate from the pigeons. So I think I might have him in my room with me, to be honest. Other than having him.
Ravens are not easy birds. They are not easy birds to have.
Yes. They are.
They're one of the hardest birds because it's like having a human. They require a lot of attention. They require a lot of learning. You need to teach them things because their mind deteriorates if you don't. It's like having a child.
Oh yeah, no, they're very intelligent. It's like you have to keep on teaching them on what, like, it's, I don't know, I think it's very fascinating. And I grew up listening to Edgar Allan Poe, and quote, "The Raven Evermore" was one of my, the Raven poem was one of my favorites.
Ooh, I really like the Telltale Heart by Hip.
You're talking about one of his stories?
Yeah, I like Edgar Allan Poe too. I like the Telltale Heart. It's a good story.
Oh yes. Oh, I like that one too. I used to recite the whole Raven poem by heart, but I stopped trying to do that.
Oh, Bunny's playing.
Redford.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I hate to say this. I know he started a bit late, but it is getting around the time where we do have to wrap out. Wrap
We're
up.
gonna wrap out, are we?
Wrap up. Precious metals. You messaged me in the group DM we have about something. I responded if that's something we want to do. But if we don't have enough time, that's fine too.
I know. Why don't we have Drace and Karma sing something to this song that I have in mind just for them?
That's cool too.
Oh, what?
Except they don't know about it yet.
You have piqued my interest though, so I'm very curious.
Send me the song and I'll look at it.
No, listen to it right now. I'll play it for you.
Usually, like when we wrap up precious metals, we do like I'm just gonna stop mumbling and actually do it. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
Stuttering. Sorry. Redford. Is there? Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous now.
I don't. It's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, we'll wrap up Precious Metal. But if we can, I will request that we play a song today. If you're okay with that, see?
I'm okay with it, but
okay.
I don't know if we should. Like, if it, like, I don't want to interrupt. I
think that it's okay. We'll play this song, and then after that, we'll do our conclusion, and Sunny can play us out with the guitar.
Are you sure I'm allowed? Like, my hand's shaking. I wish like there was like a camera to.
Yeah, of course. Everyone's gonna love it. So just play it. It'll be great.
Okay. I just made this today. It's 90 seconds.
Taxation is extortion, refund fisheye distortion, celebrity endorsement, space religion conversion. Let's talk about what's flat and what's not. I'm gonna catch your fallacy on the spot. Think about what I say, no need to wrestle, cause the resin meets the eye at eye level. Boats do not go over the Earth's curve, I swear, but look at pictures in space, no curve is there. Wait, don't try to correct me. Bait, all your insults are crappy. Taxation is extortion, refund fisheye distortion, celebrity endorsement, space religion conversion. None of this at all should even be a surprise. It's so easy, just listen and look with your eyes. Instead of asking the question as to why someone lies, you're a broken record like a song that's a reprise. If it appears flat and it's in front of you, don't make up an excuse, because it's not like life is about fitting in with groups. Being a genius is about simplifying the complex. It's not a mindless recital of a curve that is convex. Taxation is extortion, refund fisheye distortion, celebrity endorsement, space religion conversion.
Very
that
nice.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed. But that's
That was
space.
awesome.
I liked it.
I appreciate it. I'm already starting work on my second album. It's going to be called Space Religion Conversion, and that'll be the first song on the new album. But yeah, I'm nervous. My hands are sweaty. I'm sorry for interrupting, but like me and Redford kind of planned that. We're already 5 minutes over. I'm sorry. I'm show close, right? Thank you, Daniel. Redford, any final? I'm so nervous. Any final remarks on
It's okay.
Precious?
Just Take a breath. We're good. No, I just thanks everybody for showing up and for contributing to the conversation. It was nice, and yeah, it was good to get to know everybody's hobbies and to know everybody better. I enjoy this event quite a bit, so thank you. And thanks, C, for hosting and for playing the awesome song.
It's thank you.
Also, thanks for making the awesome song. You know, big shout out.
Oh, he always has to like do one better, hey? Anyways.
Thank you. Composition, everything's mine, mixing, etc. Anyway, we are 6 minutes over. I'm so sorry. Thank you all for attending Precious Metals. I love hosting this event. That's why I do it every single week, except for the 2 weeks I was on vacation. I will continue to be here. And also, for people who missed halftime, we are resuming Silver voice chats and Silver meetings. Silver voice chats are more casual. Silver meetings will be for very important things. So we'll be resuming those on a bi-weekly schedule on the first and third Wednesday of every month. So stay tuned for that. Check Silver voice chat. I love all of you. I love this community. Thank you guys so much. Precious Metals is concluded 7 minutes late. Everyone can unmute their mics. I am so sorry for going over.
No need to apologize. Like you say, we started a little bit late and we usually are on time, so no need to apologize. Thank you, CI.
Yeah, you're good.